It was a warm, sunny Saturday afternoon when Lily and Ben met at their favorite coffee shop, the Cozy Cup. The little cafe, with its colorful cushions and shelves full of books, had become their go-to place for chatting, relaxing, and sharing stories. Lily arrived first, grabbing the corner table by the window. She waved excitedly when Ben walked in, his usual goofy grin already on his face. "Hey, Lily," he said, plopping into the chair across from her. "Guess what happened to me this morning?" "Oh, no," Lily giggled. "What did you do this time?" Ben leaned forward, eyes twinkling. "I tried to make pancakes, right? Simple, just mix, flip, eat. But I accidentally grabbed the salt instead of sugar." Lily gasped. "No. Yes. And I didn't notice until I took a big bite and thought my tongue was broken." Lily burst out laughing. "Ben, that's horrible but hilarious. What did you do?" "I gave the rest to my neighbor's cat," he said seriously. "You what?" Kidding, Ben chuckled. "I tossed them out and made toast instead. Much safer." Lily shook her head, still laughing. "Only you could turn pancakes into an emergency." Ben grinned. "It's a talent." They sipped their drinks, Lily with her iced caramel latte, Ben with his usual black coffee, and the stories kept coming. "Remember that time we went hiking, and you screamed because a butterfly landed on your shoulder?" Lily teased. Ben gasped dramatically. "It was a sneak attack. That butterfly had bad intentions. I could see it in its tiny eyes. You ran around in circles, flapping your arms like you were trying to fly away yourself. I was trying to scare it off with my expert dance moves. You looked like you were being attacked by invisible bees." They both burst into laughter again, drawing a few amused glances from other customers. But they didn't care. Their joy was contagious. Okay, Ben said, trying to catch his breath. "You've got to admit, though, you have your own moments." "Such as?" Lily raised an eyebrow. "Last month, karaoke night. You sang Let It Go so passionately you scared the bartender." Lily gasped in mock outrage. "He was just surprised by my vocal power. He ducked behind the bar like Elsa was going to freeze him solid. I was performing, giving the people a show." Ben nodded. "Oh, we were all entertained, all right. Especially when you tripped on the microphone cord. I recovered quickly. You ended up lying flat on the stage, still singing. That's commitment." They laughed so hard, they had to take a break to wipe away tears. "I swear," Ben said after a moment, still chuckling, "you are funny, and you always make me laugh. Like really laugh." Lily smiled warmly. "Aw, thanks, Ben. You're not so bad yourself. You're the king of silly stories." Ben bowed dramatically in his chair. "Why, thank you. I accept this crown with honor." Lily reached for a sugar packet and placed it on his head. "There, your royal crown. I shall rule the kingdom of comedy with wisdom and wit." "And weird pancake recipes," Lily added. "Salt-flavored pancakes will be the national dish." They giggled again, then settled into a more peaceful kind of happiness, sipping their drinks and enjoying each other's company. After a moment of calm, Ben leaned back and said, "You know what I love about days like this?" "What?" "No pressure, no stress. Just us, being goofy, sharing silly stories." Lily nodded. "Yeah, it's like a reset button, a reminder that laughter is magic." Ben smiled. "You know, some people think being funny is just about jokes, but it's really about being honest, sharing weird moments, embarrassing stuff, and still being loved for it." Lily looked at him thoughtfully. "You're right. And it's nice to have someone who gets that. Who gets me." Ben grinned. "Of course I do. You're Lily, the singing stage diver. And you're Ben, the butterfly dodger." They both laughed again. Just then, their drinks were nearly gone, and the sun had shifted, casting golden light through the window. "You want to go for a walk in the park?" Lily asked. "Sure," Ben replied, "as long as we avoid butterflies." And karaoke stages, Lily added. Deal. They gathered their things and headed outside, still sharing little jokes along the way. As they walked through the park, they pointed out dogs wearing funny outfits, kids chasing bubbles, and a squirrel that looked unusually serious about its nut. At one point, Lily stopped to take a photo of a duck with a piece of bread stuck to its beak. That duck looks like he bit off more than he could chew, she said. Ben leaned in and added, he's clearly in a crumby situation. They both groaned at the pun, then laughed anyway. As the sky turned pink with sunset, they found a bench and sat side by side watching people pass by. You know, Lily, Ben said softly, life's full of hard days, but whenever I hang out with you, everything feels lighter. She smiled and rested her head on his shoulder. Same here. Laughter is our superpower. And terrible pancakes, he added. And awkward karaoke, she replied. They laughed one last time for the day. The kind of laugh that warms your heart and makes you forget the rest of the world for a while. And that was enough. As Lily and Ben sat on the park bench, the soft evening breeze brushed through the trees and carried the sounds of laughter and music from a nearby fountain. Street performers had started playing guitar, and the scent of roasted peanuts and popcorn wafted through the air. Ben reached into his pocket and pulled out a tiny notepad. You know what this is? He asked, holding it up like a treasure. Lily raised an eyebrow. A secret diary? A list of your greatest dance moves? No, he said proudly. This is my funny moments notebook. I write down every ridiculous thing that happens to me. Lily laughed. That's so you. Let me see. Ben flipped it open and read aloud. April 3rd, got locked out of my apartment wearing nothing but my towel. Lily gasped. No way. True story. I went to take out the trash after a shower, door closed behind me, and there I was. Barefoot, wet hair, holding a trash bag, trying to casually pretend everything was fine. What did you do? I knocked on my neighbor's door, and she gave me a poncho. Bright yellow. Looked like a duck. I waddled to the manager's office for the spare key. Lily was laughing so hard she had to wipe tears from her eyes. You're unbelievable. I was very fashionable. People took pictures. You probably started a new trend. Bathroom chic. Ben turned the page. Okay, May 1st. Tried to impress my niece by showing her a magic trick. Pulled a coin from behind her ear. Classic. She screamed, ran away, and told her mom I had bugs in my fingers. Oh, no. She wouldn't talk to me for a week. She kept calling me Bug Man. Lily giggled. You're a walking comedy show. Ben smiled. I try, but your stories are gold, too. Lily thought for a moment, then said, All right, I've got one. I once went on a first date, and halfway through I realized I had worn mismatched shoes. No. Yes, one red sneaker, one black. I didn't notice until we sat down at the restaurant. The guy looked under the table and said, Are your feet fighting with each other? Ben howled with laughter. What did you say? I said, They couldn't agree on the mood today. Smooth recovery. I never saw him again, but I kept the shoes. You're my hero, Ben said. They both leaned back, enjoying the peaceful sounds around them. Fireflies began to blink in the grass, and the park lights flickered on. Ben looked at Lily and said sincerely, I'm really glad we're friends. Life is just more fun with you around. Lily smiled. Me too. Some people are sunshine. You're like surprise confetti. I'll take that as a compliment. You should. You make people smile without even trying. Ben pretended to be emotional. Stop it. I'm going to cry. My mascara can't handle this. Lily laughed. You're not even wearing mascara. Exactly. That's how serious it is. They sat in silence for a moment, watching as a little boy chased bubbles with pure joy. Then Lily said, "You ever notice how we remember the funny things the longest?" Ben nodded. "Totally. I don't remember what I ate last Tuesday, but I remember when you tripped into a bush last summer trying to chase an ice cream truck." "I was determined," she said proudly, "and I got the ice cream." "You also got a twig stuck in your ponytail." "It added character." They giggled again, the sound of their laughter fitting perfectly into the cheerful park. "Okay," Ben said. "Last one before we go. This happened last week. I walked into a glass door." "Classic." "No, Lily. This door was so clean I thought it was open. I walked in like I was a model on a runway. Boom. Face first." "Did anyone see?" "Oh, yes. A group of tourists. One guy filmed it. I think I'm on the internet now. I'm going to look for you under Guy Kiss's invisible wall. I'd go viral. Probably get invited to dance on a talk show." They laughed again, but this time a little slower, more tired from all the joy. Lily looked at the time. "We've been laughing for almost 3 hours." "Best 3 hours of the week," Ben said. "I agree." They stood up, brushing the grass off their pants. As they started walking back toward the city lights, Lily said, "Hey, we should make a tradition of this." "What, laughing for 3 hours straight?" "Yeah, funny story Saturdays." Ben nodded. "I'm in. Every Saturday, same cafe, same bench, different disasters." "Deal." They reached the sidewalk where their paths would split. Before parting ways, Lily looked at Ben and said softly, "You really are funny, Ben. And not just in a silly way. You have a gift. You always make me laugh, even when I don't feel like it." Ben's expression softened. "Thanks, Lily. That means a lot." She gave him a quick hug. "Good night, King of Comedy. Good night, Queen of Karaoke." And with that, they walked in opposite directions, both still smiling, both carrying the light of laughter in their hearts. They knew that life wasn't always easy, but as long as they had each other, and a good story to tell, there would always be a reason to laugh. The following Saturday, Lily was already at their usual cafe table by the window, sipping on her caramel latte and flipping through a small notebook she had brought with her. When Ben walked in, wearing sunglasses and holding a plastic bag, she burst out laughing. "You look like a celebrity hiding from the paparazzi," she said. Ben pulled off his sunglasses with flair. "Please, no photos. I'm here for the people." "What's in the bag?" "Props," he replied, placing it on the table with a mysterious look. "Today, I've brought visual aids." Lily leaned in. "Are we getting a show?" Ben grinned and pulled out a single flip-flop. "Exhibit A, the slipper I wore to the grocery store." She raised an eyebrow. "Why only one?" "Because I couldn't find the other one. I didn't realize I had a sneaker on one foot and this on the other until I was halfway through the frozen food aisle. A kid looked at me and said, 'Sir, your shoes are confused.'" Lily laughed. "Did you go back home to change?" "Nope. I told him fashion is about breaking rules. I walked out like I was on a catwalk." Lily clapped her hands. "Amazing! You're really setting the bar high for Funny Story Saturdays." "Oh, I'm just getting started," he said. "But what about you? Got any tales for the Hall of Laughter?" Lily pulled out her notebook. "As a matter of fact, yes. So, I went to a job interview this week." Ben leaned in. "Oh, go on." "The receptionist asked if I wanted water. I said yes. Then she handed me a cup, and I, being nervous and clumsy, spilled it all over the paperwork I was supposed to give the interviewer." Ben gasped. "No!" "Yes! And then I panicked and tried to dry it with the air from my mouth." "You tried to blow dry your resume?" "I looked like I was trying to perform CPR on a stack of soggy papers. Ben was wheezing with laughter. Did they still interview you? Yes. The manager laughed and said I brought unexpected energy. I'm pretty sure that's code for she's a disaster, but we like her. You're unstoppable, Ben said, wiping his eyes. I'm going to need extra space in my funny notebook. Just then, a familiar voice called out, Hey, are you two comedians or something? Lily turned to see Mia, a friend from her art class, holding a hot chocolate and smiling. She had overheard their loud laughter from across the cafe. Ben waved. Only on Saturdays. It's a new holiday we invented. Funny story Saturdays, Lily added. Mia raised an eyebrow. That sounds fun. Can I join? Ben gasped dramatically. Do you have a story? Oh, I have several. Mia slid into the chair next to them. Okay, last week I was teaching an art class for kids. I was demonstrating how to paint clouds. I dipped my brush into what I thought was white paint. Turns out it was glue. Lily covered her mouth. Oh, no. I painted with glue for 15 minutes. My clouds were all shiny and sticky. One of the kids said, Miss Mia, your sky looks like it's melting. Ben and Lily laughed together. You're in, Ben said. You're officially a member. Is there a secret handshake? Mia joked. No, Lily replied. But we do require snacks. Ben pulled out a small pack of cookies from his bag. Already covered. From that Saturday on, the group started growing. Each week, a new friend or stranger would overhear their laughter and ask to join. They came with stories, some silly, some awkward, some absolutely outrageous. One guy once told them how he proposed to his girlfriend with a ring hidden in a piece of cake, only for her to accidentally swallow it. Lily's laugh that day echoed through the cafe like a burst of sunshine. As the Saturdays passed, something special happened. Their little gathering became more than just a comedy circle. It became a safe space, a place where people could share their weirdest, most human moments and be celebrated for them. One Saturday, as they gathered around a larger table to make room for their growing crew, Lily looked around and smiled. Look at this, she said. It all started with just us two laughing over salty pancakes and butterfly attacks. Ben nodded. Now we've got a family of funny souls. Mia added, It's the best therapy. Laughing at life instead of crying about it. A new member, Raj, chimed in. Yeah, I used to feel embarrassed about all the ridiculous things that happened to me. Now I write them down so I can share them here. Ben smiled. Exactly. Our flaws are funnier than our perfection. Lily raised her cup. To Funny Story Saturdays. Long may it live. Cheers, they all said in unison, clinking cups and mugs in celebration. Later, as the group dispersed for the day, Lily and Ben stayed behind to clean up a bit. The cafe owner, Mrs. Harlow, approached them with a warm smile. You know, she said, I used to think Saturdays were slow and quiet here. But since you two started this tradition, it's become my favorite day of the week. I even look forward to the chaos. Ben grinned. We specialize in joyful chaos. Well, it's contagious, she said. Thank you for bringing laughter into this place. As she walked away, Lily looked at Ben with a soft smile. We really did something, didn't we? Ben nodded. We just wanted to laugh, and now we've built a whole little community. And it all started with you saying, You're funny, and you always make me laugh, she said quietly. Ben laughed gently. Well, it's still true. They walked out into the sunset once more, side by side, hearts full and cheeks sore from smiling. The world outside still had its troubles, but in their corner, laughter always found a home.